And hello, YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of The Zone TV Movie Entertainment with me, your host Jonathan. Once again, bringing you something fun that I wanted to do for the past 2 weeks. This is my most anticipated Marvel movies moving forward. Now, remember, some of these movies we have yet to pretty much get confirmed, or some of them are just rumors. But I thought it'd be fun just to have have a little list of what could be coming from the MCU. I know I'm not gonna count any of the new MCU TV shows, WandaVision or Loki, because those are the streaming service stuff. I'm not gonna count those right now. I'm very excited about those, especially the WandaVision one, and Falcon, and also those. I'm very excited about all of them. I'm talking about just the MCU movies, Phase 4, possibly Phase 5, of what can happen. Now, like I said again, some of these movies have been confirmed, and some of these movies have not been confirmed. So, if they are not confirmed and in my list, oh well. But I just thought it'd be fun to have a little, what's gonna happen next kind of moment. Now that Avengers have come out, like been 3 weeks already, and spoilers just in case you haven't seen Avengers Endgame, because some of these might tie into it. So, my first honorable mention, Black Widow. I am a fan of Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow character. Is she the best character? No, but do we really need a backstory for her? Not really, depending on how they go with it. Now, some people say that this is already confirmed and they're gonna start shooting this next week. That's cool. If this is confirmed, awesome. But not exactly thrilled that we're gonna get a Black Widow movie. There's a lot of other Marvel characters they could have given us, but they're gonna give one to her since her character's dead in the future. In the modern day movies, especially after Endgame, she is dead. So if this is a past movie about how she becomes the Black Widow, her first mission in Budapest with Hawkeye, who knows? But that's honorable mention number 4. Honorable mention number 3, A-Force. A-Force is like the Avengers, but all female characters. Possibilities for this could be huge. They already kind of teased it in Avengers Endgame when you had Mantis, Gamora, Nebula, Valkyrie, Captain Marvel, Wanda, Shuri, Okoye. They all teamed up at that one little scene, and Pepper Potts as well as rescue, to team up, against Thanos. And for all we know, this can bring in other female heroes. This can bring in She-Hulk. This can bring in Elektra. Who knows? But an A-Force movie, I think, would be kind of interesting to see. They can do their own side mission. Captain Marvel surely could be the leader of the team, because we all know Black Widow's dead, so she ain't going to be a part of it. So, I thought that would be kind of cool to see. And, of course, number 2, obviously, is the Fantastic Four. Now, I know, I'm pretty sure we're years away from this happening, but you never know. Maybe they decide to do Fantastic Four right away. But if this ends up happening in Phase 4, 5, or even 6, I'm very excited for it as an upcoming Marvel movie, because they need to fix this like ASAP. This is the first MCU family team up, comic book ever. And to not give them their due is going to be a crime. And if they can't figure out this formula of making a good Fantastic Four movie, personally, I love the first 2 Fantastic Four movies. Captain America was the Human Torch. I love those movies. Minus Cloud Galactus, but whatever. And the 2015 version, I thought that was okay. I just wish, they didn't use Doctor Doom again, but whatever. I'm not going to get into it. So, there's that. And, of course, my number 1, which, from honorable mentions, even though I'm going to be sad that, we're going to lose one version of it, the X-Men. I'm very curious of what they're going to do. Now that I already vented on how much I did not want the Fox, X-Men characters to go over to Marvel. But what can we do? It's done. It's happening. We're going to get a new X-Men eventually. I'm just curious about how they're going to do it. I am very scared also, because I don't want them butchering certain characters, because let's face the facts. The X-Men characters, they're freaking awesome, and they will probably destroy the Avengers. So that would be pretty interesting. So that was my honorable mentions. Like I said, none of these movies can happen. They all can happen in Phase 20 for all we know. X-Men, obviously number 1. Fantastic Four. Air Force, and of course Black Widow. Black Widow apparently coming out sometime this year, next year or whatever. But let's see what happens. Okay, so let's get to my number 10, my top 10 list. Number 10, Namor. I think Namor would be a cool character for them to do. What a lot of people bash on it because it, is going to be a complete ripoff of Aquaman. Sure, he is a ripoff of Aquaman. After all, Aquaman came out first in the comic books, and then Namor. Maybe the other way around, but whatever. And Aquaman's Aquaman, so it's going to be interesting seeing them try to put their hands in the Atlantis world and see how they can do it. Maybe they should give James Wan a call. Number 9 is going to be very low for my list, but I'm very curious to see where they go with it now, especially with the ending of Avengers Endgame. Thor 4. Thor 4. The reason this is so low is because there's a certain other movie that could possibly have Thor in it, and that's higher up on my list right now, and I'll save that for later. Valkyrie at the end of Avengers Endgame ended up getting Asgard. Thor gave her the title of king or queen at this moment, Queen of Asgard, and I'm curious to see how they handle it. Thor may be in the movie, maybe he won't be in the movie. Apparently he's re-signed his contract for maybe multiple movies now, so that's cool for Chris Hemsworth, because the man is Thor. Maybe Natalie Portman shows up again. I would love to see her come back, but who knows, maybe she pick up the hammer this time around. You never know, but that'd be kind of interesting to see. For that'd be number 9. At number 8, I have Doctor Strange 2. I love Doctor Strange. I really liked it a lot. There were moments we watched it again, and it's like, okay, it's a bit slow, it's a bit, not as action-packed as I thought it would be, but I'm still curious. Now that we know how badass he is, especially him being a badass in Infinity War, and him doing pretty well in this one, let's see what he does moving forward. Maybe he'll fight Brother Mortal. He's still around, sucking up all the magic from every other people who has magic powers. So there's that. Number 7, I have a new character, Shang Tsung. Probably butchered that, but he's that karate expert master guy. I don't know too much about his character, but I'm very interested. He's like a Bruce Lee type of character for the MCU. I'm here. He's more stronger than maybe Iron Fist. Maybe he trained Iron Fist. Who knows from the comics? But that'd be pretty interesting. At number 6, I have the Eternals. The Eternals sounds very interesting to me because this can set up a whole new universe. Now, like I said before, my previous videos about talking about Marvel movies, the Eternals are a bunch of people, like the first humans to get powers from the Celestials. And some of them turn bad, some of them turn good, and apparently they have like a big war conference. Sounds very, very interesting. This can go so well, or this can go so bad. For all we know, this could be the first failure for Marvel. We just don't know. But having Angelina Jolie part of it now, yeah, who doesn't love her? So yeah, that'd be kind of cool. At number 5, I have Black Panther 2, Wakanda Forever, right people? Come on. Who's not going to want a Wakanda, Black Panther, and go back to Wakanda again? Maybe this is where they introduce Storm into the universe. Who knows? Remember in the comics, Storm is his queen. So that would be kind of fun to see him fight his girlfriend now in the show, in the movies to be the new queen. But that'd be kind of interesting to see what happens. Who knows what they can do with that? Maybe I still believe Shuri's gonna be the one to invent adamantium out of it, but maybe she does it with experiments of vibranium. So who knows? At number 4, and this is why I wanted to leave Thor out of this one, but Thor 4 was number 9, is because Guardians of the Galaxy 3. At the end of the end game, Thor hitches a ride with the Guardians. How awesome would that be? The Guardians and Thor teaming up in a movie. That would be so awesome. Can you imagine the jokes between him and Chris Pratt? Is going to be amazing. I can't wait to see. And apparently Adam Warlock is going to be the bad guy. So that should be interesting to see what happens. Especially since they're going to be apparently moving away from the Infinity Stones. And I hope they do. I'm kind of getting tired of them. So hopefully they give something good to Warlock if he's in the movie. But we have to see what happens. At number 3, my girl, Captain Marvel. That's right, Captain Marvel. Who knows what's going to happen with this one? This could take place right after her movie. And spoilers for Captain Marvel, the end of that movie, she helps the Kree find, you know, a new place to live. Maybe she travels somewhere. Maybe she meets Thanos early. Who knows? Who knew? You know, who knows what she's been doing before she gets that, you know, first people called back to Earth. But yeah, Brie Larson crushes in this role. Yes, her role was small in Avengers Endgame, but she still kicked ass, and it's like, yeah. And I hope she keeps the haircut because that thing was awesome. And number 2, Spider-Man Home, Far From Home. Come on, have you seen the trailer? Yeah. And plus, we don't know if this is going to be the last movie for Sony to team up with Marvel. We just don't know. They can be like, okay, we'll do another 3-year contract, or, nah, we're done. We're going to go hang out with Venom and the other guys. Good luck to you guys. You guys don't need Spider-Man anymore. And of course, number 1, Avengers 5. We're going to get Avengers 5, whatever it is going to be titled. Civil War 2, you know, like my favorite title, I think it's called Avengers versus the Eternals. I think that'd be kind of fun. Maybe we'll get Avengers versus X-Men. We don't know. All I know is that now that without Tony Stark, what are they gonna do? Are they gonna bring him back? Is Captain America gonna get young again? Because Captain America's old now. He's not Captain America no more. So what's gonna happen there? They're gonna come back eventually. When? Who knows? 3 years, 4 years, maybe even 5 years from now. If Robert Downey Jr. is like 70 years old, he can still play Tony Stark. He doesn't have to be Iron Man. They can just do a CG thing on that thing. Who cares? Captain America, same thing. So who cares? You know, they'll come back. Maybe they'll do their time, you know, back in time versions of themselves. Maybe they get the 2008 Tony Stark to come back or something. You know, so there's my thoughts on this list. Like I said, some of these movies are not been confirmed, obviously, except Spider from Home, Far From Home. That's coming out real soon. But yeah, Fantastic Four, X-Men, I don't think any of those movies are coming out anytime soon. Air Force, probably the same thing. But you never know with these movies. With Kevin Feige, his brain, who knows what he's thinking. But he's already like 5 steps ahead of everybody else. But, you know, like I said, so that's my list. So, number 10, Namor. Number 4, Thor 4. 8, Doctor Strange 2. 7, Shang Tsung. Probably butchered that name badly. I think I just referenced the Mortal Kombat guy. Anyway, 6, The Eternals. 5, Black Panther 2. 4, Guardians of the Galaxy 3. 3, Captain Marvel 2. At number 2, Far From Home, the only movie officially coming out. And that's a Sony movie too. So that, and also it could be the last one that teams up with Marvel. So we just don't know. And of course, number 1, Avengers 5. Whatever it's going to be called. So yeah, that's my list of what's coming, what I hope comes out, and what we could be looking forward to in the future. If I had a guess out of all these movies that was going to probably fail, I think the Eternals might have the best chance of failing. I don't want any of these movies to fail, but I think as of critics and maybe box office wise, I think it'll be the lowest one. But who knows? Maybe Shang Tsung might be one. Who knows? But yeah, like I said, I don't want any of these guys to fail. So let's see what happens moving forward. So leave me a comment below. Let me know what you guys thought about it, and stay tuned for more. Thank you very much, and have a good day.